Jim, a sad day, but a day of celebrating a great man as well and a great friend to you. First of all, Bertie the footballer, what are your memories of him?
Oh, he was a very talented player, you know. He was good control of the ball, very quick over the short distance, and a fine passer of the ball. And scored a good few goals for Celtic as well. So he was well worth his place in the team.
More importantly, what's your abiding memory of Bertie the man?
A nice fella. It's I don't think there has ever been a player in the history of Celtic who had a better rapport with the supporters. I mean, he went to visit them all over the place. You name it, he was there. And he told stories all the time. Now, the ones involving me were a pack of lies, to be quite honest, but there were other good ones as well, you know. And he was just an entertainer.
I was going to say, he did have a special bond with the Celtic supporters. Was that just part of who he was, just the kind of guy he was?
Well, part of it was that, but he made a conscious effort to go and... I mean, a lot of guys don't go to these functions because there's a lot of travelling involved and, you know, they find other reasons for not going. Bertie just thought it was part of the club. I mean, the club was very special to him and he loved meeting the fans. And it was very strange because I would park my car over there and I'd be walking up to the door and there'd be a few fans coming for autographs and stuff like that. And somebody would always say to me, "How's Bertie, by the way?" You know? And I hadn't seen him since the previous Saturday, you know. So and that was just a measure of the fact that they had a nice feeling for him, and that doesn't happen to every player.
A tribute to a great character and a club legend.
Yeah, I think we can see everybody. There'll be moments of mourning for Bertie, but there'll be lots of smiles on the faces of the people and remembering what Bertie gave as a player, but as a supporter. So many wonderful stories of Bertie that some are broadcastable and some are not. But he was some man, and you know, I've got a role here as an ambassador of a football club. That didn't have a title for Bertie, but he was up there in terms of how he represented our football club as a person. He's an icon, a hero, and so he will be sadly missed. You know, by the wonderful stories that he has.
Well, Stephen, one thing about Bertie was he was loved by every Celtic supporter. He was much more than just one of the Lisbon Lions, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Listen, his presence was felt at the football club every single day. He's somebody who's going to be sadly missed. And you can see that the turnout that he'll get today, that just how much everybody thought of him. So your thoughts and prayers go out to his family at this time. But a wonderful guy, a wonderful presence throughout the football club.
He loved coming here, didn't he? Regardless of what the occasion was, he just loved to walk through these doors.
He did, and he loved people as well, the people, everybody that's been associated with the club. You know, he was somebody that everybody looked up to. Obviously a special time in the club's history. So, and he always came alive when he ever came into the football club, and you always felt better after you had spoke to Bertie.
Alan, you obviously knew Bertie more when he was your manager rather than his playing days. What was it like to have Bertie Auld as your gaffer?
Yeah, it was great. Everybody here today, we're all sitting in the bus telling all the stories, and most of them were very, very humorous things that happened to us as individuals and as part of the team. It was an icon, and it was just the memories that flood back were all good ones.
Obviously fabulous footballer, but people so often talk about Bertie the guy because of his sense of humour. He loved a joke, he loved to sing song. What was that like when that's your manager? No,
I think the highlight with Bertie is coming into the dressing room if things weren't going particularly well. You know, he had a knack of, you know, having a bit of a banter with the players, and I think everybody, as long as it wasn't you, it was getting, you know, the wrath of Bertie, then it was funny, but no, it was good. Everything was enjoyable, training was good, and there was always something going to happen.
What was it like when it came to the negotiations, talking contracts, talking deals?
Yeah, way back deals. I have a vivid memory of going into his manager's office and asking for, I think it was a £20 rise, and he said to me, "Do you know how many pies I would have to sell on a Saturday to cover that 20 quid?" And I walked out, I felt embarrassed asking for it actually.
And just in terms of as a player, to have played for a guy who was a superb footballer who won the biggest prize of all, what was that like?
Yeah, I always say in management, you know, if you get the respect of somebody who's done something in the game and they walk into a dressing room, you obviously have to listen, and Bertie had done it, you know, in '67. That Lisbon Lion medal was always around his neck, and he always used to like showing it to us and everything. So no, it was great memories.